Hello, St. Louis, and hello, La Salette sports fans, as we bring you this junior varsity matchup between your La Salette Lions and St. James from Kansas City. They say everything's up to date in Kansas City. Marla Gazzoli here with Brother Simon. Brother, how you doing?
Doing well, Marlo. Doing just fine.
Awesome. You had a good trip up this morning?
Yeah, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning.
Up and at them. All right, the Lions. Let's get that starting lineup to you. At least there might have been some changes, but nothing obvious. In the 15 spot, fullback Daniel Sullivan. Number 11, Sebastian Cook. Number 12, Louis Dittman. Number 13, Henry Betts. Number 14, Marcel Lefebvre. At number 10, it's Connor Hanlon. At number 9, it's Salo Cruz. In the front row, 1, 2, 3, we have Seamus Hanlon, Roman Katsas, and Peter Agbapruon. Flanker, number 6 is Carlos Speck. The two locks, Nicholas Kellerman and Benedict Blood. The other flanker in the number 7 jersey is Wyatt Herman. And the number 8 man is Martin Schoberly. And then on the reserve side, we have numbers 16 through 23, Henry Dittman, Dean, McQuillan, Wallace, Staffke, Esparza, Ta, and Fitzpatrick. And there we go. The whistle is off. The kick is out, taken in by number 12 for St. James. Roman Kotz is with the tackle. St. James sending it out towards the center. Coming just a bit short of the 10-meter line. 10 meters out. Penalty to the Lions.
Good defense by the Lions so far. As you can see, they started off at the number 12 caught it out on the 40-meter line, and the Lions defense kept it there.
Louis Dittman went hard into cocked. Sebastian Cook out on the wing. Out into touch. Taken out into touch. It'll be a line out to St. James. And for once, we're actually playing on a field where the lines are very obvious as opposed to when we play on those football fields. So line out to St. James. Their hooker doing the putting in. And they maintain it nicely. There's the clearance kick. Daniel Sullivan going back, can't get it. Takes it in, knocks it backwards, can't get his hands on it. He kicks it back.
Beautiful kick by Daniel Sullivan. Knocks it past their player there.
Schoberly. He's soaked that one. But we're going to go back to a penalty offsides. So it'll be a penalty to St. James. Lions were offsides.
That's right, Marlo. The kicker has to run all the way up. At least the tackler should have been at least behind the kicker, waiting for Sullivan to come up and go past him for him to be onside.
And it'll be a scrum. A scrum to St. James. And so we'll see how this front row of Seamus Hanlon, Roman Katsas, and Peter A., how they look in the first scrum of the match. Lions pushing him back, but St. James has it with the kick, the clearance kick. Marcel has it with a little deke, keeps going. Salo has it. He sends it out. That was Connor Hanlon. And Lewis Dittman, the freshman, with another solid carry. A low pass. Henry Betts took it, sends it out to Sully. They're going to go back inside towards the center. Lewis Dittman again. Another very solid carry. He just breaks on through.
This has been good rucking so far by the Lions. As you can see there, St. James has been trying to counter ruck, and we got some very solid support there.
The kick by Connor Hanlon, and St. James just can't get on it. And Marcel and Hanlon are there. But it was a high tackle. Penalty to the Lion. Penalty to St. James. Penalty was committed by the Lions. And has to get to the mark. He will kick to touch. He does not find it. Sebastian couldn't quite bring it in, but it got knocked backwards. Dittman takes it with the pick and go. But St. James wins it back. The Lions shifting to meet St. James, who are sending it out to the far side of the pitch. And Marcel has it. He got his mitts on it. He places it down for the try as he ruled on the field. Did you see, brother? And it looks like, yes, it's good.
That was a very good play by Marcel there for what seemed like an interception on the outside. And of course, Marcel, speedy as he is, manages to run his way up and score that try. One thing I've noticed so far, Marlo, is Dittman on the inside center position, playing a crucial role in trying to break through the Crusaders' defense there. He's broken through multiple times around the 50-meter line and also on the St. James's 40-meter line, securing more meters for the Lions.
Sullivan with the kick. No good. And so the score remains at 5 to La Salette and nothing to St. James. All right, good start to the match. Let's see how the Crusaders do with their chance to kick off.
The Lions will be playing within their side of the field now. Let's see how the Lions do. Hopefully, the name of the game at this part of the game, at least, is securing those rucks, securing that ball, and kicking it over to the St. James side.
And there's the kick taken in by St. James. Off on the far side of the pitch, but a dominant tackle by Nicholas Kellerman, pushing him back. And went out into touch. No. It was a penalty before that. Oh, can't do that, says the referee. St. James wanted to take it quickly, and the ref says no. And so they kick to touch, and it'll be a line out to St. James. The Lions were very slow to set up. It was just Wyatt Herman there for a little bit. All right. Looks like Liam Bent's taking some pictures over there. The Lions steal the line out. Schoberly got his mitts on it, and Wyatt Herman has it, takes it to ground. Connor sends it out to Lewis Dittman, who breaks on through. Very solid carry. Good meters. Salette has it. Oh, he tried to offload it and knocked it in the process. There'll be a scrum to Crusaders. Poor decision, I think, on Salo's part. There was really no need to offload it, nor anyone to offload it to, with the Crusader right in his face.
It hurts a little bit after Schoberly's steal at that line out, something that the Lions could have capitalized on.
In the second scrum of the match. Oh. Something not to the satisfaction of the ref. He's having a few words with the forward pack. Getting some clarity. And we're all on the page, same page. It's clear as crystal. And up, and whoop. And the match has come to a grinding halt. The referee further clarifying what it is that he wants.
I'm actually excited to see the Lions scrums here. Roman Kotsis, who's has that fighter spirit, is in the number 2 position. So chances are, hopefully, I mean, we see a lot of steals done by him.
And out the ball goes, knocked backwards. Salo got it. And the Lions are able to hold on to it. Schoberly with the pick and go. But St. James steals it back. Lewis Dittman with the tackle. St. James just about on the halfway line, but meeting solid defense from the Lions. And Schoberly, I think it was, stole it away. Salo sending it out to Connor. Henry Betts sending it out to Sully, sending it out to Sebastian. Ooh, gets an arm in the face. Connor sending it out to the far side. Lewis Dittman right up the center of the pitch. Ooh, I think that could have been close to high. High tackle. The Lions pushing up through the center of the pitch. Schoberly with the pick and go once again. Wyatt Herman in support. Salo sends it out to Connor. Connor to Lewis Dittman. Dittman can't be stopped, and he places it for a try.
Good play by the Lions there. I would say that what led up to that try was all those counter rucking in the close to the 50-meter line. I was a little bit concerned there because it was getting a little messy there with all the tackling and rucking, and the Lions players being drawn towards the center, but they were rewarded by an overturn to their possession of the ball.
Daniel Sullivan setting up to do the kicking with just about 12 minutes left. So we're just over halfway there, and the kick is good. And that puts the Lions at 12. 12-0 in this somewhat rivalry match. Our cameraman is Peter Kozakowski. Our producer and engineer is William J. Reen. Our aviation expert is John Reen. We've got to come up with a title for him. Putting those pilot skills to use. As the Crusaders take it off, sharply knocked backwards. Lewis Dittman has it. Betts out to Cook. As the fans roar their approval. Lions going towards the center. Lewis Dittman. We're going to be hearing a lot about Lewis Dittman in this match, I think. Roman Katsas takes the contact. Lions heading out to the far side of the pitch. Marcel fakes the offload. He can't be stopped. He'll be in for some try. And so Marcel has his second try of the match.
What I'm actually liking right now is actually the position that Cook's in. So far, the backs have been doing a very good job stringing that ball all the way out, stretching the St. James defense. Cook does a very good job of holding on to that ball, weaving in and out to the defense, waiting for support to come in, and then securing that ball for the next phase.
And the kick is good. 2 more points to Los Leones. And it is a good day. And so far, not too hot. I think the storm came in and kept things nice and cool. At least for us here in the booth. On this cloudy day in St. Louis, the gateway to the west. Number 9 doing the kicking for St. James. Schoberly takes it in. As the ball goes knocked out to the back, Salo sends it to Connor. Ooh. Eventually taken in by Peter. Peter Ray. Seamus Hedlund from the city of St. Louis. He and his brother. Oop. Whistle. Skullduggery. The referee.
Looks like the referee caught Stiegel, who's playing the number 9 position there, trying to grab that ball when he was still in the ground.
As though it's a penalty to the Lions. Salo goes quickly. Schoberly looking to offload, decides not to, and is brought to ground. Lions looking very solid. Solid as a rock. Ooh. As Dittman gets hit, the ball goes out. And a knock on. So it will be a scrum to St. James. William J. Reen, do we have any comments? We're having some very positive comments from our good people. Thank you. And we say hello to Christopher Halligan, Carolyn Hall, and Elena Sparza. And evidently we've got tremendous aerial footage. This is going to make for an incredible new broadcasting experience. It was a knock on by Connor. Just could not get his mitts on it.
There was a little bit of pressure there on Salo as their scrum half there was watching eagle-eyed over him, waiting for that pass, waiting to intercept that pass.
Much like a hawk. So we'll have another scrum. About 7 minutes. Just under 7 minutes or so of play left in this first half. I'm going to be eager to see this footage, afterwards, all this aerial footage. aerial photographs and all that good stuff. The scrum to St. James. The 8 men tried to take it and go, and Sallow got a hold of him. Carlos Speck helping bring him to ground. And a great melee. And the Lions fiercely contesting. It's really quite incredible how little of this game has actually been in Lions territory. And it's a penalty to the Lions. No. Yes. So Sallow takes it quickly. Done. Knocks it off. Knocks it on.
Oh, it's just one of those things, Marlo. Oh, Sallow must be kicking himself right now. It's just those mistakes, just you tell yourself it should never happen.
So we'll get some more scrumming. Some more scrummage. As we've got some Kellerman in front of us. Or at least one Keller man. Watching his brother, the other Keller man. St. James breaking on through finally to Lions territory. Lewis Dittman once again showing his skills on defense this time. And to think that Lewis Dittman is just a freshman. He's got a bright career ahead. Sullivan has it. He's going to kick it back. A very nice kick. Taken. Almost lost. Peter is unsuccessful, but Connor steals it. No, sorry, Sebastian Cook steals it away. Nick Kellerman taking it past the 40 meters. Peter A. had to jump up to take that. As the arm is out for advantage, I think that was a high tackle. Sully sends it out to Marcel. Can Marcel make the hat trick? Oh, just short of the just short of the try zone. The Lions very close, but they lose it. And a penalty to St. James for not releasing. So they kick to touch, and they find it.
I don't know if you fans are able to see it from there, but that was a smart attempted move, at least by Marcel there, carrying the ball. He went into contact, got tackled. And I guess there's the option, too. Once you get tackled, you're supposed to place the ball down. But since St. James didn't have any support, if you're quick enough, you could just place the ball on the ground, get back up on your feet, take the ball up, and continue on running, which is what I think Marcel tried to do. But it didn't seem like, at least to the sir, that he had released the ball there.
All right, so here's the line out. Schoberly almost brought it in, but not quite. St. James has control as they send it towards the near side of the pitch. Sebastian Cook to meet him after a sloppy pass. And the Lions steal it away once again. Seamus Hanlon. And a penalty to the Lions. Sallow decides to do the tap and go once again. Connor Hanlon sending it out to Lewis Dittman, who's in for a try. And so Marcel and Lewis are dueling back and forth, dueling tries.
I'm really liking the Lions counter-rucking here, Marlo. I mean, they've just been doing their rucking pretty well. I mean, they're securing their own rucks with a few steals here and there done by St. James. But, I mean, That was the crucial turnaround there. St. James having their possession in their line as they advance up the field, and I don't know who it was, but just being there, seeing the ball, being counter-rucking, securing that ball for them, and then swinging the ball out. The Lions have been doing a very good job at that.
And Sullivan is having a good day at the office and adds another 2 points. Sullivan 3 for 4 on the day in the kicking department. Just about a minute left in this first half of play. And it's been a good half. There appears to be a second shooter of video on the grassy knoll off in the distance. Here on the campus of St. Louis University High School, home of the Baby Bills. As the kick bounces several times, Charbelly has it. He's just breaking on through. Can't be stopped, can't be stopped. Finally brought down, out into touch. Very nice run by Martin. And that's the end of the... Is it? Yes, it's the end of the first half, I do believe.
Looks like the Rosser called it early, just a few, maybe 10 seconds early there.
But a very good first half by the Lions on this beautiful Saturday. They're going to take a little break, and we are going to take a little break as well. We shall be back in 5 or so minutes if I were to be a gambling man. So from all of us here, we say, why don't you take a break too? Have it your way. For the second half of our second 15 matchup between your La Salette Lions and the St. James Crusaders of Kansas City. Well, it was a pretty eventful first half for the Lions. I mean, they are sitting on 26 points with 2 tries by Marcel Lefebvre and 2 tries by Louis Dittman, and Sully is 3 for 4 in the kicking game. What were some of your highlights of that first half, Brother Simon?
Well, some of the highlights was actually Louis Dittman, our inside center, putting his body to good use, crashing into the St. James defense there and gaining actually a few meters. Also, I was excited to see the back line overall in general, swinging the ball out to the wings, using Marcel and Cook to tap into the St. James defense on the outside.
And that kick did not go the requisite 10 meters, so it will be a scrum to the Lions on the 50-meter line. The cameraman, well, we had the still photographer, Liam Bentz.
So far, it seems like the Lions are doing very good job executing Brothers' crucial yet simple idea. The best defense is a good offense, so score more points than the opposing team right off the bat. And also drawing in the defense by crashing just a few meters away from those rucks, drawing the defense slowly but slowly, and then slowly and surely, and then swinging the ball out to the outside.
And the scrum is underway. Salette feeds it in. Solid work. Good scrum by the Lions. Salette sends out to Connor, to Louis Dittman. Back to Connor, to Sebastian Cook. Out to Marcel, right, dancing along the line. As the Lions play from right to left in this second half. Roman Katsas from Calgary, Alberta. Charbelly considered sending it off, but he just decides to do the job himself. as the Lions make their way into St. James territory. Peter A. sending it out to Marcel. It was a forward pass.
And Marcel knew it. He's a little frustrated that he had that opportunity on one-on-one, and Marcel, as quickly as he is, knows that he can win on any sort of one-on-one opposition there, but just that ball handling right there just didn't work out for him.
So it will be a scrum to St. James. About 5 meters into St. James territory.
Ooh, I must say, Roman again trying that attempted steal. He almost got it. You could just see if you were seeing up in the video up close, you just see his foot just dashing out there for that ball.
And St. James kicks it off into touch. Poor decision, but it will be a line out to the Lions. And Carlos Speck will be doing the putting in. And that was easy. Connor Hanlon with Peter and Wyatt in support. Nick Kellerman there. Ooh, almost intercepted that, but just not enough. Lions sending it out to Sullivan. Sallow sending his troops. That's Ben Blood in the number 5 jersey. Connor, considered offloading to the left, takes it himself into St. James territory. Sallow sends it to his right. Seamus. To the near side. Lewis Dittman sort of diving over one of the Crusaders. Oh! Sallow kicked that ball and it hit something and it made quite a noise. I hope it was not somebody's head. St. James pushing in 10, 15 meters into Lions territory. Wyatt Herman with a dominant tackle, pushing him back. Wyatt again. The ball goes loose, taken in by Connor. Lewis Dittman knocked it backwards and took it. Marcel offloads just before going into touch. Peter A is there. Lions working back inside. Sallow takes it himself. Offloads to Connor. Wow, Connor managed to stay in and offload. So it keeps the Lions' momentum going. Roman Kotzes. Whoa, high tackle. And it'll be a penalty to the Lions. Sallow kicks to touch. And I assume he found it. I cannot see.
You know, I know I've said this before again, but those are some pretty clean rucks there. The Lions are going in for support. You got a guy that's clearing out, another guy securing that ruck, putting himself over the guy that just got tackled, giving little room for St. James to really counter ruck. And also another thing that I noticed there was actually Brother Drew's offloading drills have been put to good use. As you can see there, Marcel played it smart there as he was just about to go out into touch, just dropping it off there for Hanlon to pick up.
And the Lions take it in. Sallow sends it out back towards the center. Hanlon has it. But he's not going down. And it will be a penalty. Well, okay, that's not what I thought it was, and so Martin Schoberly has it. The Lions pushing and pushing. Very close to try time. Oh, but no, there's a medical delay as there is a St. James player on the pitch. The referee calling for time off. The Lions kneeling upon the pitch. Looks like the trainers come out. The St. James, one of the coaches, coming out as well. To take a look. The Lions taking advantage of this break and play to get together, huddle, talk things over.
One of our very simple yet solid players is actually Martin Schoberly, doing a very good job, especially off in this kickoffs, carrying the ball. He's surprisingly very skilled at carrying the ball, weaving in and out amongst the defenders. And another one is Wyatt Herman. As you can see, he's a very good tackler, being able to take on guys almost twice his size.
As the medical examination continues, here comes a St. James player bringing a water bottle onto the pitch, and here comes the water fella for St. James. I don't know if the Lions are taking advantage to drink water. And it looks like they're signaling to them, and there they go onto the pitch. Darren Esparza and Anthony Lewis, bringing some much needed H2O. Oh yeah! As the St. James player gets up, under his own power, making his way off the pitch. And so we shall reset and resume play. And it looks like St. James will be starting with the ball. Lions setting up their defense. And time is back on. And St. James kicks to touch. Good kick. Landed just outside the line. There'll be a line out to St. James. Number 20 doing the putting in for St. James. And as the Lions get Peter into the lineup to have equal numbers. St. James takes the line out, holds on to it. Sending it out to the far side of the pitch, down the line. Lewis Dittman is there to meet them. And a penalty to St. James. They'll kick to touch, but they will not find it. It's taken in by Sebastian Cook. Running up along the line, Nicholas Kellerman with a very solid carry of a good few meters. Lions sending it down the line. Peter considered passing, but he holds on to it himself. Support arrives. Connor sends it out. Marcel offloads to Sully. Sal's going to go back in. He does. Roman Katsas gets back. Got tackled.
Again, it's just one of those crucial points. Like that was a good idea by Roman, but he's just got to place that ball especially after going to ground for being tackled. It's just that one little detail, and then if he just executes that, then that play would have been legit. No penalty called, and the ref would have let that go.
Oh well, but a chance to learn from their mistakes as the St. James kicked it out into touch, so we'll have another line out to St. James. Right on the 40-meter line in Lions territory.
Great steal by Schoberly.
With the kick. Whoa! Got his mitts on it. That was good. Oh, he stiff-armed Salo as Marcel got a hold of his leg and brought him down. St. James sending it out, but very solid defense by Lions. Ball goes loose. And it was a knock on. It'll be a scrum to the Lions.
Of course, we've got the Hermans here cheering on Wyatt as he drives back the St. James player just a few meters.
All right, the scrum to the Lions. They crouched, they bound, and now they set. Sala feeds in the scrum. He's got it, he sends it out to Connor Hanlon, to Lewis Dittman. Oh. And see penalty to the Lions. Salo taps, goes quickly. Lewis Dittman once again. Wyatt Herman, Peter A., Roman Katsas in support. Salo sends it to Seamus, who keeps going and finally comes down. Salo sends it out to the far side of the pitch. Henry Betts was the man. There's the kick. Taken in by Connor Hanlon. But there was a knock on.
Great attempt there by Connor trying to recatch his own kick. And that could have been good. Seeing that the ball almost passed the St. James defense. But just didn't quite cut it.
And there's this whistle blown. The scrum half for St. James was pointing at something. Referee having some words. It looks like Lewis Dittman is coming out of the match. Rylan Taw replacing him. And some substitutions for St. James as well. Rylan Taw is in that 22 jersey, coming in for Lewis Dittman. Lewis Dittman earning himself a nice rest. As the Lions move up a few meters, those that aren't in the scrum, after acquiring some clarification. The clearing kick taken in by Sully. Oh, St. James steals it away.
That was Thomas Stiegel there taking that poach.
A motivated man. It's 26-0. Scoreless so far in this second half. Oh! Because Carlos Beck, Rylan Taw's head was in the way. The Lions, they've got it. Speck has it. But it was a high tackle. Advantage was being played, so it'll be penalty to the Lions.
Some vicious rucking there. Oh my goodness. The Lions are wanting that possession of the ball so bad. We have all these forwards just piling in there, trying to put their bodies over that ball, giving it to the backs, just swing it out. Good plays there by the Lions.
Salo kicks it into touch. And then some.
Wait, John, not go too far.
Our cameraman is Peter Kozakowski. Our producer engineer is William J. Rain. And our aerial photographer is John Rain. Flyboy. And it looks like Carlos Speck is going off the pitch, and Tobias McQuillan is coming in.
I didn't quite hear what was going on there, but I think that was a blood sub, unless brother Jude decides to permanently take Speck off and keep Tobias in there.
And Tobias will be doing the putting in. Oh, but Martin does not take it in. And St. James got it. Just a failure to execute. Oh, the Lions fiercely contesting. St. James in support to prevent that. A real melee. Oh, and the Lions have got it. Wyatt Herman. As the Lions' unrelenting pressure continues. And the play comes to an end. Another medical pause.
You know, Wyatt Herman there doing his job quite well. He knows his way around the rucks. Part of rucking is knowing you actually where the ball is. It can get very confusing with all those bodies in there, but once you're familiar with how it works and where to go, you should have a pretty good idea of where the ball is. And if you go back to the recording there, Wyatt was there in the back of that ruck. Just guesstimating where the body is, possibility where the ball would be, and of course he realizes that we were counter-rucking, or they were contesting, and he's there. He knew where the ball was, put it, and acting as the forward that would do a pick and go, knew where the ball was, grabbed it, snatched it, and took it, and advanced forward.
And time is almost surely off. As they examine this St. James Crusader, trying to figure out if their jerseys are meant to have like a clamshell motif in honor of St. James. I'm not sure.
Their warm-ups did have the cross of St. James on the back.
Well, it looks like they've got it on the front too, right?
Yes.
But it's just the sort of the lines around it. I don't know. St. James, of course, famously in Santiago, Compostela, in Spain. The Saint, not the school. The school's in Kansas City. Of course, you can go to Compostela on the Camino. Make a pilgrimage. Enjoy the fine cuisine of Galicia.
Yeah, that's great.
And he gets up and will be helped off the pitch. And the water boys will take the water off the pitch. Was that Connor Hanlon who's getting his legs stretched? There he is. He's good to go. And play shall resume in the not too distant rugby future. And Tobias is going back off. Carlos Speck, after getting the blood cleaned up, is back on. And we shall resume with the scrum. Ooh. There is a nice redbud tree off to the right that is blooming at this time of year. There appears to be some other greenery within, I think, your camera shot, which you can see blooming on this beautiful spring day, April 15th, tax day. Make sure to get your taxes in. Remember, it's a yearly thing. So if you did it last year, you got to do it again.
If you could see here the aerial view, the tight scrum that the Lions have right there. Mike Vitri, Mr. Vitri, the coach, doing a very good job of, producing some very strong scrums.
The arm is out for advantage. St. James trying to make something, making some meters, advancing. But boy, have the Lions been contesting just about everything they can, making life difficult for St. James. Off on the far side of the pitch. They send it in. Oh, the ref had to back out of the way. Oh, he had to duck too. Sebastian Cook with the tackle. The pick and go. Ooh. Pushed back a little bit. Nick Kellerman. As St. James sends it out. Whoa! Kind of. Oh, he hit Sebastian Cook. Think that got his head. And he's not looking good. Making his way. St. James, their number one, has the ball. Number 7 off to the far side. He loses the ball, gets knocked forward. Advantage being played. Play will come to an end for that knock on. As Sebastian Cook making his way off the pitch. After he got hit in the head.
There was actually 2 injuries over there. Right before he got hit in the head, he had made a tackle, and he was clutching his chest there a little bit. He must have made it in such a way so that the player just fell right on top of him. But he got right back in there and supported the Marcel there on the defensive line. And, of course, as Marcel was scanning for the ball going out to the outside, Cook did his job going for the next man, going for the ball carrier as he tried to break through.
Gabe Stafke coming on for Sebastian Cook. Sebastian Cook from the great state of Montana. Gabe Stafke from the great state of Minnesota. Both start with M and end in Ryland Taw has it. He puts on the afterburners. Can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. Oh, now he can. But he made it in. I thought he was a little short, but, you know.
That was quick thinking on Connor Hanlon's part, actually, and I do attribute that try to him. You know, the ball was going off to the other side of the field, and Connor takes it in weak side, taking St. James by surprise, and then swinging the ball out to Ryland, who carried the ball very well through the St. James defense.
And that try goes to Ryland Taw, the junior, who came in as a substitute for this match. Sullivan sets up for the kick, which is good.
That's it? Well, we jumped up to a 7-0 lead on the kickoff. I haven't heard anything since.
And is the game, he hasn't blown, is the game over, brother?
It looks like the game is over.
And the game's over, all right. A bit of an anticlimactic ending with the lack of clarity, but the match is over. The Lions win it 31-0 with the most of the offense coming in the first half with 2 tries to Lefebvre, 2 tries to Dittman. The final try just on the last play of the match with Ryland Taw. So a pretty good match, brother.
Yeah, it was a very good match. Overall, the Lions did a very good job of taking the defense towards the center, messing up the defense a little bit, confusing them, and then swinging that ball out all the way to the outside. And Cook and Marcel Lefebvre did a very good job handling that ball on the outside. As you can see, Marcel scored 2 of those tries. And also, since we're talking about those plays down in the center, the Lions did a very good job keeping those rucks clean. And when they didn't possess the ball, putting a lot of effort in counter-rucking and supporting once they do, send those bodies across that ball. Because once you get once the first guy gets over that ball, that doesn't mean the battle's over yet. You got the defender counter-rucking also, and you got to send more people in there to secure that ball. It's actually what looks like a very messy thing. It has to be well coordinated. The Lions executed that just fine.
All right, I think we'll be back with our second match of the day in about an hour 10 minutes. And we'll be playing St. Martin's. And so from Peter Kozakowski, William J. Reen, John Reen, I am Marla Gazzoli here with Brother Simon, and we say thank you for watching, and we shall see you once more.